ahead and go live and show you what it's like out here. Beautiful day. We've got a 97% moon set in a little less than an hour. This is in at the Cherry Grove Beach, fondly referred to as the Point. 62nd Street North is the parking lot. Got what I refer to as the Truth Network. It is content that's linked through my name and phone number across multiple platforms with thousands of videos in the YouTube section. And then there's Twitter, X, and more. You can check it out if you care to. They completed the beach renourishment here in this area. And then there's a continued activity down the beach south of here using dredging ships and pipelines and bulldozers and all that. I've got in my videos category about 10 years ago, I did quite a bit featuring the beach renourishment with videoing it with my P900 and P1000. Some of the content is about health and wellness. This is highly purified, carbon filtered, reverse osmosis water with a copper tube in it. Copper is very healthy for the body's immune system and electrical system, which is a big part of our immunity, is our epidermis, our interstitium underneath the skin, and uh, our biofield, the energy field of our body. And I cover topics as well, such as neuroscience and more. There's so much I would rather just have you investigate it if you care to. And I understand the truth is an acquired taste, and uh, many have not acquired it yet. However, there are people waking up to the reality that our world is very different in actuality than what we're being told by the authority. So it's just something to consider, is what you believe or what I'm talking about actually true? So when I have a thought, maybe somebody says something, whether it's in the face to face world, or it may actually be on a screen, on a computer, a TV, a phone. Is what they're saying actually true? Is what I'm looking at actually real? And that's become more and more complicated with the artificial intelligence, as it's largely referred to as, because there's a lot of fakery going on. And apparently, it's been going on longer than many are aware of. So I'm convinced it's only by God's grace that anybody can love and believe the truth, let alone find it. There's not much wind this morning. It's right around 49 and pretty chilly. That's why I'm bundled up like this. Let's zoom in on that moon again. I've got zoomed in with the P900 and P1000 photos in my Facebook photo album and videos where you can actually see moon craters if you're so inclined. We live on a stationary level Earth. That's the reality. That means the authority is lying about their space fantasy. They've been doing it for a long time. We've got technology that is, many refer to it as free energy or 0 point energy. Can explore that. The system of control has presented the billionaires as a class, um, quite often to admire their ability to amass millions and billions and maybe even trillions of dollars. At the highest level, they create money out of thin air. Opium, it's the petrodollar, the world reserve currency currently, and there's a war over that right now. There's an epic battle between good and evil, and I'm exposing it all. So I've got the truth tellers and the deceivers alike in this library, like I mentioned, linked with my name and phone number. The tide is coming in a little quicker than I thought, so I'm probably going to need to go to higher ground soon. No problem. There's plenty of it here. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and set this up here and move everything up. I'll let you watch and listen to that if you care to. All right, so it looks like the sun is going to appear here pretty quick. Thanks for checking this out. Beautiful day here. The sun is warming it up as it approaches this vantage point. There we go. I've got highly zoomed in video of the sun and the moon with the P900 and P1000, if you care to look at that. Good morning. That is about the maximum zoom I can do with a live stream. Woohoo! Hey, good morning. Good to see you here. And there's not much wind this morning. That's one of the reasons why it's relatively flat there. There we go. So I have world class documentaries included in the library that's crossing over the multiple platforms for your consideration. If you believe I missed something or got it wrong, you could send me a link or give me a call. Anytime is fine. Right now, there's over 500 hours of video loaded up to YouTube every hour. And there's roughly over 3.5 billion Facebook users. Could do a live stream on Facebook and then upload it to YouTube if you want. Download it to your device and then upload it. It works really good. There may come a time when you want to go live because it puts a time and location stamp on that. I think Rumble has different parameters for that. There's about 16,000 Rumble channels and 51 million YouTube channels, apparently. About 1.3 billion um, Instagram users. TikTok has about similar amount. So does X. And then the system of control, the AI monitors and regulates all of it. Pretty mind blowing, all of that. Oops. So there you go. I appreciate the public and private support that many of you provide and encouragement. Telling the truth about things that are really important makes it easy to clear the social calendar. A lot of people are not interested in it, in the truth. They may give lip service to it. Ultimately, I believe the recognizing the need to be born of the Holy Spirit and then whether or not that actually occurred is the the most important in having an accurate situational awareness. Eternity is a long time to regret. So, wanting to help people make an informed choice on that. And ironically enough, even though I believe in the doctrine of election, predestination, I understand that the Almighty is going to make sure that all of his children are born of the Spirit, his Spirit. Satan's children are born of the fallen one's spirit, the seed of Satan, as I understand. So, quite often, I'll hear people say something like, I don't believe that's true. And more accurately, what I would have you consider is they do believe that it's not true. However, it's about semantics and an accurate expression. Sometimes people will say, I don't think that's true. Well, in that case, they actually think it's not true. And it may seem like just a small detail, yet words have important meanings, or they can. And I just encourage people to seek the truth about all that. What does it actually mean? What is actually true? And how can you know it's true when there's so much deception? And one of the things that I would say is there are foundational beliefs and realities that help us build a structure on. For example, I'm gonna just set this down right here. There'll be a wave that'll come in a little bit, but what I want you to experience is the stationary level Earth. It's not spinning, wobbling, and gyrating. And there's no curvature that can be found. The supposed contradictory movements can't be felt because, well, they're not happening. That's really unpopular. The billionaires have their space programs, the contractors, Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and more. They're launching the imaginations of humanity into space. So look at the movies like the making of Interstellar, The Matrix. Um, they're able to do things that defy reality, but it's trickery. It's computer fakery, so to speak, green screens, harnesses, and all that. I don't mind. It's just nice to know when it's not real. This is real. And unless you're out here on the beach with me right now or looking from one of the windows, you're then looking at it on a screen. Could be a long ways away, thousands of miles away. And whenever it's on a screen, TV, computer, portable computer, which is a phone, so called, it's a mobile computer, high powered computer with communication features, texting, and all that. So, what I decided to do was leverage all of this technology to expose the reality that we're living in. I don't have trillions of dollars of resources myself personally to put a device in your hand and then the network to connect it all. However, I'll use it. A lot of us do. And so you may have a job, you may have responsibilities, you can have a card, you can have a playlist, you could make one like mine, you could share it if you want. If you think I've missed some content that you believe I should put together in the library, you can send it to me. Like I say, I'm not being disingenuous. I'm being very serious. I have people send me powerful information, powerful proof. Like I say, any time of the day or night, I'll get that content sent to me. And I move things around in the library. I believe on a mobile device, it's hard to get beyond a couple hundred videos in a playlist. I've got a lot of playlists on my channel. Some of them I've created. I've got featured areas about our simulated reality. There's a physical me standing on the beach right now. Here I am. And then there's a digital me that you're maybe looking at from wherever you are. And there's a lot of versions of that and others as well. So we have a digital twin, all of our activity being tracked, traced, database, threat assessed. I've got an interesting idea for a plot twist. It may seem like the billionaires have it. They've got it going on. They've got the They got the technology and we're the peasants, so to speak, maybe from their standpoint. And what I would say is, okay, that's fine for now. The Almighty is still the Almighty, and He lives in and through me and all of His children that are actually born of the Spirit at this time. The reason I do this is so more people can understand that reality and perhaps be born of the Spirit too. So I don't make the decision who is or isn't born again. I can't make it happen for anybody as much as I may like to. The flip side of that is I'm not responsible for it either. I'm not responsible for anybody else. I'm not even responsible for my own salvation. The Almighty is. He made it happen already. Put in the Lamb's Book of Life before the foundation of the world. The doctrine of election, predestination, and people are wanting his return. Oh, come quickly, Lord. Well, he once he comes into one of his children, it's a game changer. It's a life, he's a life changer. So I'm not the guy that I was. And I want people to understand that. So there you go. I put this information together for your consideration. So that structure of building on a foundation of what we can know for sure is really helpful because they're lying about so much. Our history, the timeline that we live on, they give us pagan festivals to celebrate biblical commemorations like the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And you can look at who was responsible for his execution. I keep the Gospel of John movie close to my research library on YouTube because it is so important to get that right, to be born of the Spirit. What a pleasure. What a joy. So I think that'll do it for today. Thank you so much. Give me a holler anytime you like.